our last concert on Friday, and we are getting ready and pumped for that, and a way to, you know, preemptively celebrate. We've been so fortunate to have Nancy and Tony host us here tonight.
Yes.
So.
I don't have a line, nobody will recognize me.
You are, you know, the most wonderful supporters of the symphony. We're so blessed to have you as part of our symphony family. You are our closest family members, and we so appreciate all that you're doing for us. So just as a token of our appreciation, we would just like to present you with a little something. It's very small. Thank you very much.
Welcome. I am so pleased all of you have decided to join us this evening. And where else would you want to spend the Friday before Memorial Day? You know, we did put a little bit of work into this. And I'm glad you're able to join, but there is a point to this. And it is to support the symphony, and I assume because you are all here that you, like I and Tony, we love the music, and we really hope that you will be able to support the efforts that Berenika has put forth, and that we can do more of these, and it will turn into more than 4 performances a year. And we would love to have everybody participate. And I would like to thank the City of Dana Point, because I think without whom we would not have the level of performance that we have and the quality that we have. When you talk to the musicians, we ask them why they would prefer to play for Dana Point as opposed to Irvine, for instance. And they said it is the city support. The people participate, and they love, they're performers, and they want to see people enjoy what they do. And so the City of Dana Point has made that possible. And so with the city and with you in the community, who knows, 6, 8, 12 performances. Yes, that's right. Yay!
So much.
Certainly.
I would like to, you know, also acknowledge the city, and perhaps we could have our co-founder and our former mayor and city councilman Scott say a few words about, you know, what the future looks like and how we can all participate.
Thank you. First of all, welcome. When Berenika and I got together not that long ago to sort of hatch this idea, no cocktail napkin, no anything like that, just, you know, talking it out. I certainly envisioned, I think Berenika envisioned, the performances, the symphony, the rehearsals, all of the stuff that we grew up with, participated in, grew into our, you know, musician lives, and eventually in Berenika's case and others, you know, their professional lives. That was all pretty vivid in my hearing and my mind's eye. What I didn't quite visualize as accurately back then as I do now is this group of people standing around here. And I thought, well, who are going to be now? I'm very interested in the first violin and the first violist, who I support their chair. But if you think about what really makes that organization function, it's everybody standing in this room tonight. And we hope to grow this room by leaps and bounds. Certainly we will not add any more of the passion, the heartfelt motivation to see this thing. Know that this thing has to prosper. Know that this thing has to sustain itself in the future. And this isn't a sales pitch as much as it is a thank you for being here, for taking that Saturday evening of Memorial Day weekend and coming to celebrate with us, not just the Dana Point Symphony Orchestra, but everything that portends for the city of Dana Point, for the region, for the county, for the area, because the bar has been set. We are going to raise the bar. With your assistance, that bar is going to stay up there and keep raising for many, many years, and hopefully generations to come. We're still at the beginning of this grand experiment. And I say experiment because you keep wanting to tinker, you keep wanting to make it better. It is going, the best, I can tell you without any reservation, the best is yet to come. It will come faster, it will come with greater velocity, intensity. If you will simply reach down as far as you can, write the biggest check that you can, to be completely crass about this whole thing. But more importantly, urge others to say, this does not happen by accident. This does not happen by artifice, trick, or deceit. This happens by careful, meticulous, diligent, dedicated planning, surmounting obstacles and everything else. And truly, the lifeblood of a program like this is the support of folks like yourself. I couldn't be prouder of every single person in this room tonight. Hopefully, when we gather again at the next occasion like this, we're going to have even more to celebrate. But I have to tell you, we have a lot to celebrate tonight. I want to say one other thing about planning and all of that. Everybody knew what a fabulous musician Berenika was. Even I did, by her reputation, before I heard her play a note. So I said, so Berenika would do this orchestra thing, and you know, other orchestras, they kind of tried it, didn't work out so well after a few years, things sort of flamed out, whatever. I've had people come up to me in public and say, I can't believe the city of Dana Point is spending so much money on that symphony when there are 4 failing symphonies, you know, in Southern California that could use the money and the support, and it's your duty to support these folks and this, that, and the other thing. And I don't know how to respond to that except say, come to one of our performances, see how it works, come sit at one of our rehearsals. Berenika not only has showed up with her musicianship, she has committed a significant part of her professional life to finding out exactly how to foster a program like this, how to make it bigger, better, grander, stronger. She just finished a 9-month fellowship at the Kennedy Center back in Washington, D.C. Wow. And I think she deserves a great deal. It is one thing to memorize the Shostakovich piano concerto, which is just a very significant undertaking in itself. It's another thing to go back there, crawl on the belly of the beast, find out exactly how this organization works, and not only how to sustain it for many years to come, but how to make it better in the future. Because it's not just the orchestra, it's not just the performances, it's not just the way we feel going in and coming out of the place. It's the great thing it does for our kids. It's the statement that it makes to the rest of the city and the region that, you know, when people say, well, you know, the town center sign is kind of funky, don't like that, you know, the bridge, what is about that bridge goes to Denny's, this, that, or the other thing. You keep it out there, you keep on, I guarantee you, they go up that hill to St. Edward's, they walk into that 1,500 people who comes to each of those performances, they get treated to that Beethoven, that stunning Beethoven Ninth performance. Did you all love it? You know, I didn't sleep all weekend after that. In fact, thinking about it, I may not sleep again. And after Friday night's performance, you are gonna. I think it's gonna go up a notch still. But that's really what we're talking about. We're talking about what Dana Point thinks of itself, the statement it wants to make, the statement that if you plan hard enough, work hard enough, be careful about your pennies, get value for every dollar that you spend, and draw folks like yourself as close together as you possibly can to work together to support this thing, great things truly, truly can happen. This is the best evidence that I can think of. Ladies and gentlemen, the best is yet to come. Thank you all very much.
I thought that it might be best if you heard it from, you know, the horse's mouth. This is somebody that I have great faith in. He's the person that puts in the hours and the blood, sweat, and tears to make our musicians rise to the occasion. I couldn't do this alone. I have a great partner in crime. And I just wanted to thank you, Dean. We are super excited about Friday. It is going to be something special with a little twist. And maybe you could just talk about how the musicians are feeling and, you know, what it is like from your perspective.
Well, you know, it's interesting that the way that this organization has developed, all the pieces are in place to create this magic. And I have to see it mainly from the musician's point of view. And I just want to say really briefly that in some cities and communities, an orchestra is a nice to have. In this community, there's a hunger for it. And you're feeding a hunger in the city. When we get to interact with our audience and they get to see us up close, it's a different experience. When they get to mingle with us after the concert and ask about our processes, when we get people to visit us during rehearsals and see how we work, we're in there. We're not on a stage with this wall between us and the audience, and I love that. And the musicians love that. There are people now that our reputation is now spreading even more, and there are musicians that are just enjoying performing with us every time. They're looking forward to the Stravinsky Firebird Suite that we'll be doing next Friday.
Thanks to all of you,
Yes.
because you decided.
That was the choice. And we have Sibelius and Tchaikovsky, and people are just, you know, my musicians, and I rarely see this with the other orchestras I work with, are saying, Dean, we don't want to wait till next year to perform in Dana Point again. That's what they're telling me. Everybody in this room, with your support, it's just critical. You are feeding a hunger in this city, and you're nourishing their hunger for the culture and the arts. This is not just a nice to have. This is not even just a luxury. This is something that I feel directly from them that they have just been needing for the longest time, and it's happening, and they're very proud of their city and their symphony. So I'm looking forward to it. Thank you very much.
So next season, we have some exciting possibilities that can't happen without all of you. And I've outlined in your programs how you can support. There are many different ways that you can join us in pursuing, you know, artistic excellence, but also joining our family, because I love hanging out with all of you, and I hope that you enjoy hanging out with each other. I hope that you get to know each other, that you feel like a family. This is the Dana Point Symphony family. And if you would like to join, please talk to me. I would also like to introduce a latest member of my staff, if she's here, Michelle. This is Michelle Badnayu. She is willing to, you know, explain all the different benefits and levels. If you'd like to attend a rehearsal, if you'd like to join us for any kind of behind the scenes, there's different ways that you can access the symphony and the players, and we encourage you to, you know, discuss that with us. You'll be here and throughout just to talk to you and explain. So thank you, Michelle, for joining our family and for being such a core part of it. Thank you for all that you do. We consider all of you in this room our closest family members. And as much as we want to grow the symphony family, we look to you to make sure that it's possible next season. And this doesn't happen without your support and without a significant commitment to its future. So next season, for example, we have the opportunity to bring in a full choir from Christ Church Cathedral in England from Oxford University. That happens to be one of my alma maters, and the conductor and I have worked closely together in the past. He would like to come out and bring his full choir. This is not possible without your support. It's not possible. There is also, I mean, these are the boys with the collars, and they sound like angels. And it's really something that's excellent. They are doing a tour of California, and I would like Dana Point to be a stop on some of these tours, and we can't do that without your support. We participated with the Festival of Wales last year, which was a huge success with our new commission, and I'm so committed to supporting new work and people who will bring this tradition forward. So if you're interested in new commissions and new work, that is a great place for you to participate, take ownership, commission a new work, support an artist. Another sort of twist that we've added to this last concert, and it's my hope that it will whet your appetite, is to do more interdisciplinary work. So there is a ballet company called Luminario in Los Angeles. They are a fantastic young company. They do aerialist ballet work, and we are bringing 3 of their dancers on Friday to do Firebird Suite with us in the aisles. My great hope is to bring the full company down of 20 dancers for all of you. And again, that can't happen without support. So these are the kinds of projects that I really want you to be excited about. They're exciting, they're cutting edge, they're not something that any other orchestra is doing up and down the coast, and I want you to all participate. So great art is what it's all about, and I hope that you will join the family. Join the family. Thank you. Enjoy the field.
Okay, I want to just one point of housekeeping, I guess.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, because of the view and because of everything else, parking is a problem here. Okay, so that's why we put valet parking on for most of you. Anybody who wants to leave, and by the way, I'm not encouraging you to leave. We have another hour and a half or thereabouts, and plenty of booze and food and everything. You're welcome to stay here as long as you like. Okay, but if you want to leave, I would suggest you come and find me 5